Right, Shebahn is back with us for Unbelievable Ref.
You're unbelievable.
It's a shocking decision.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff.
They're trying to re-referee the game. That's not what it's there for.
Jeff, you will not believe this.
Keep your flag down.
I told you!
No way.
I told you!
VAR, go away! Dave Bassett will not believe this.
It's a goal! It's a goal!
The crowd cannot believe it. What?
Oh! Miles over the line!
Boo! That's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
That isn't a penalty. I'm absolutely astounded.
You're
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Well, they were busy boys, weren't they? The referees and VARs this weekend.
Where to start? Shall we go to Brighton against Arsenal? Ended in a 1-1 draw. Saliba makes contact with João Pedro's head, getting a penalty. Arteta said he's never seen anything like it in the game. Was it the correct decision, though, to give that?
Well, I'd never seen anything like it either.
I heard Cass. I heard the boys yesterday on the radio as well. Henry was on, and they thought it's a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty any day of the week. Now, the laws might tell me I am totally wrong, right? And I have to accept it. But you ask 99% of people that have played the game at any level, at a good level, and they ain't given a penalty there. No chance.
But Coisty, don't you think times have changed? And now, if, for instance, somebody puts a challenge, forget the head, puts a challenge in and they get a nick on the ball, but then their follow-through wipes out a player, that would be a penalty. It's just the same with the head, surely.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's what happened.
But there's no physical... They've completely and utterly taken the physicality out the game.
Yeah, I agree.
But you're making defenders think, oh, I can't go and win that ball because I might touch somebody after I win the ball. Come on, guys.
But that's the way the game is at the moment.
Well, it's wrong. That's my point.
I agree that's wrong, but on the basis of that, then I think the penalty award, it's harsh, and I've never seen anything like it before either. And at first, I didn't know what was going on. And look, I mean, it brushed the hair of Saliba. I mean, I don't think anybody knew till Match of the Day came 4 hours later when they'd had the chance to look at it 400 times that it actually even brushed his head.
Brushed it.
But it just brushed it, didn't it? You know, and I understand Mikel Arteta's complaints, but maybe instead Mikel Arteta, a bit like Ange Postecoglou, should look at himself and think, why did I leave Odegaard on the bench?
Yeah.
Why did I have a midfield that was so lacking in flair because of my decision, rather than complain about the penalty?
You can't rely on those moments then to go for you or against you when you should just go play better and win the game.
Yeah, go and win the game. Yeah.
Fulham against Ipswich, 3 penalties in that game, 2 of them coming in the space of a minute. Shall we talk about Sam Morsey? He brought down Harry Wilson in the box. VAR gave it. Yeah. Rightly so?
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, my son came up with a great idea here, Coisty, because we saw that. The referee hasn't seen it. Yep. Okay, it's a clear foul. It's 100% penalty. The VAR should just say to Darren, look, don't bother going with the screen to the screen.
Correct.
Save some time, just award it. Great process. That's what he should say.
Yeah, because in theory, you know, VAR are making the decision anyway, right? Yeah. So they'll say, we want the referee to make a final decision. The bottom line is, it's a penalty, everybody can see it. Great point, save time, give a penalty and go on with the game.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a cold, wet, miserable day as well. And the fans don't want to have to spend time watching the referee troop over, you know, towards the screen, knowing the inevitability that it's a penalty in the end.
I know, and it's got nothing to do with this conversation, but see the VAR screen? It's pure shoddy. It winds me up.
I'm glad you said shoddy. I thought you were going to say something else there.
I was going to say, I probably should say that. Listen, Harry Wilson, that intense his reaction I felt towards the referee. Was he almost lucky in that to escape not being booked?
Yeah,
he
was.
He lost his head.
But that was one of the reasons you could tell right away it was a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he was over the top, his reaction, but you could tell as soon as he reacted, like it was everybody knew it was a penalty.
Other 2 decisions, were they correctly given?
Yeah, I thought the officials got all of the decisions right in that game, for me, at least. By the way, just while we got a moment, I thought Ipswich were... Anybody's written Ipswich off.
Yeah,
I thought they were excellent, absolutely excellent.
Sammy Smodics on our goal,
Sammy
Jeff.
Smodics was terrific, you know, but they had other players as well. The boy who played in midfield, whose name escapes me now, was absolutely fantastic. You know, and obviously Liam Delap. I mean, he didn't see much of the ball, but he is a handful. A big handful.
Yeah, you're right about that. Shall we talk about Spurs Newcastle? We have obviously gone to this earlier on in the show. Joe Linton handball, not given. Why not?
Because effectively, anybody that's watching that game can see Joe Linton's hand at his side. The ball comes up, hits his hand. So the ball hits his hand, not his hand hitting the ball. The ball hits his hand, and his hand's down at his side, right? So there is no... Now, I thought they would actually wrongly and disappoint me. I thought they would disallow the goal. But thankfully, I thought they get the correct decision. I don't think... Clearly it hits his hand. Anybody can see it hits his hand, Shebahn, right? But what's he meant to do with his hands?
But it led to a goal.
Yeah, but
4 seconds later, it leads to a goal.
Well, it did. But maybe if Joe Linton had handled the ball, unintentionally or not, and then got to Gordon and he'd scored, might have been ruled out, but it didn't. It went from Joe Linton, then to Bruno, then to Anthony Gordon. You know, how far are you going to take this back? I mean, by the letter of the law, it's frustrating for Spurs fans. Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, really frustrating. But by the letter of the law, it was right. It was simple as that. It was correct.
Oh God, I feel that was such a clear handball. I know it was in a natural position, but it still led to a goal 4 seconds later.
Yeah,
and
if he's gone back to the halfway, what if it's been 6 passes? Would you have said then?
But it led directly to a goal.
It didn't lead directly to a goal. Two passes later. So if it had been
4 seconds, Jeff.
If it had been 6 passes later, what would you have said then?
That's different then, isn't it?
Well,
6 passes.
Two
passes.
Where do you draw the line at?
Maybe at 2 passes?
Well, it doesn't matter whether it's 2 passes. The point is, the law as it is at the moment meant that the officials were absolutely right. And it's hard to bear as a Spurs fan, and
Shebahn,
I get that.
Shebahn, you cannot be seriously wanting to disallow that goal. Are you?
I think it's a huge problem there. If it's led to a goal and it's a handball, which it was, it touched his hand. I know it's in a natural position, but it touched his hand.
I don't think it's a handball. I think it's a ball hand. I think there's a difference.
A ball hand?
Yeah. Because I don't think his hand went to the ball. I think the ball goes to his hand.
It absolutely did, but it hit his hand. And it's led to a goal.
I'm very aware of that. You can't be disallowing that goal. No chance.
Like we say, it's 50-50. A lot of people have a different opinion on this, and that's what makes it fascinating.
I mean, it's not 50-50 because there are 3 of us here. 2 of us think that the goal should be allowed to stand, and 1 doesn't, so that's 66-33.
Fair enough. By the way, there was another moment in that game. Did you notice Kulusevski is barge on Anthony Gordon? Was he lucky to escape that, or was that just, again, physicality in the game as Ali touched on?
I don't know, Coisty. What did you think of that?
Was that the one where he nearly breaks his nose?
Nearly broke his nose,
yeah.
I've got that down as just coming together on football.
Fine. Okay.
And I think we'd all accept that, and everybody did accept that. Shebahn, thank you very much indeed.
50-50.
We're 100% on that one.
We've got all sorts of things, you know. The Brighton one, for instance, Tim in Guildford says it was a headbutt, it's a penalty, end of.
Wasn't it a headbutt, though?
It wasn't really a headbutt. No, I mean it wasn't a headbutt. It's a clash of heads. Yeah, well, look, I don't know.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.